put the shafts to the legend down there, and the legend itself underneath my bike there. And I'll put the Deus 2 back together here. And I'll put the coil right there too. So I'll get the Deus 2 remote out of my bag here. And I'll just use the Deus 2 for a little bit longer here. So this is all the non-ferrous I've been digging out today. A couple coins, some bottles, an epic buckle, some Model T parts, some lead. There's some iron there that I was finding too with the legend. Some of that I was finding with the legend too. But I'm finding way less iron with the Deus 2 because I really got those tones. Those tones really enabled me to identify the iron. The legend just doesn't quite have that range of iron as the Deus 2 has. But I did find a lot of non-ferrous targets in the iron here in single frequency with the big coil with the LG30. So I'm just going to turn the detector on here. It's really dusty here, so mono program here, 40 kilohertz, full tones. Go about it again here. Try the Deus 2 again here for a little while. I still got a couple hours left. I'm gonna have to drop my auto response down to 0 here. I normally have this setting at 2 here. So since I just turn it on here, I'm just going into 44. 45 kilohertz. Iron volume 10, reactivity 3, auto response 2. I'll go with 0 auto response. It just tones it down a lot, so I'm not so sparky on all that deep stuff. Right. Iron here. Here's some iron. I'm gonna dig this iron up. A little flat piece of iron here, or a hunk of iron. Big blob. Iron. It's not iron. It's right here. It's some lead right there. Some lead. Check it out. Listen to it now. In spots like this, it's all about that angle, what you get it at. If you just turn just a little tiny bit, you might just miss that target completely. So it's just going over the same area over and over again with different settings. And you'll find more and more and more stuff that you missed just at certain angles. Right. That's something big there. I'm not going to go for that big stuff here. I'm going to flatten out this pile here. This Gopher pile here. I'll flatten this one out here too. A little piece of wire or something. Just a little piece of wire here or something small. Right there. Little piece of brass. Listen to it now. It'll bang now. Watch. Right. Right. Flatten it out a little bit here. I've already checked all these piles for marbles really thoroughly. Marbles on the surface and whatnot. In these cork stop bottles here. Something's trying to squeak out of it. It sounds like kind of irony, but yeah, it was iron. Little flat piece of iron there. Big stuff there. Just flatten it out here. Iron. Overload on the iron there. Now I'm going to take it out of square tones here and I'm going to put it in PWM tones. I'm still going to stay in full tones, but I'm just going to change my audio setting here. Audio type to PWM. Okay. Just go out of that menu there. Now listen to it. Deep iron, deep stuff there. So with this PWM setting, I prefer a 9 iron volume because my iron volume, it really amplifies that iron squeakiness to it. So I'm at 10 iron volume, I'll go to 9 here. Just a little bit too much. 10 is just a little bit too loud there. Just starts fatiguing a little bit. A junky target here, a thin piece of something here. Oh boy, the roots. Really thick roots here. Boy, right there. I just saw it right there. I just saw it fall. It looked like a piece of lead right there. Piece of lead. Now listen to it. Without all that extra noise, you know, all that extra iron tones. Single frequency, just unmask that, 40 kilohertz. Okay. Big piece of iron here. You can tell it's really squawking through there. This one sounds kind of irony too here, but I'm going to try it. Sounds like a nail, square nail. Just right on the surface here. But I could be wrong. It's a button. Right there. It's a button. See that? See that? Right on the surface. Near the surface. Right there, a button. See that? So like the mono program, it just needs very little tuning, right? If I try to put it in some tricky multi-frequency program right now, I'll be tuning it still, right? I would still be pushing buttons, man. With the mono frequency, with the mono program, it's just less sensitive, you know. Once you make one adjustment, it doesn't really affect your other settings, right? You don't have to go back and change other stuff once you adjust one thing, like the multi-frequency, right? I've spun my wheels for a lot of hours with this machine, and I'm just done spinning my wheels, you know. When I get in a tough spot like this, single frequency is gonna just do way better than multi-frequency, just from my thousands of hours of experience with this machine, man. Right? And it's nothing bad about the Deus 2. They're just learn where to use multi-frequency. And multi-frequency is just too much to handle most of the time for me. What's that? It's a non-ferrous target right there. And I accept that some targets this Deus 2 is gonna miss, and some targets, that same target, the Legend is gonna be able to get it, right? And vice versa. You know, the Legend is going to miss some targets, and the Deus 2 is going to hit on them. And I got to realize that some frequencies, you know, if I try to put in 4 kilohertz, I would just struggle in here, right? Because you just be hitting all the huge deep iron in this area. I'm not really trying to go deep here, man. I do not want to go deep. I want to refrain from doing that. And the higher frequencies just kind of rejects that big deep stuff. The higher frequencies do, 40 kilohertz. And the single frequency rejects that big stuff too, that big deep iron. It's not as sensitive to that deep junk. But I have dropped my auto response down to 0 here to make it more pleasurable hunt, so I'm not hitting on all that deep iron. So watch, just over this patch right here, I'll just put it in Deus Fast program here. The Fast program, listen to it. This is the stock preset program. There's just no freaking way to even make sense of any of it, man. Right? Just an unstable detector. There's no way I can detect like that. My head would explode after about 5 minutes. Not even that. Maybe half an hour. Or 30 seconds, my head would explode. In fact, boom! No, just kidding. Single frequency. In fact, I'll put it in the Faro program here, which is negative 6.4 discrimination. So this program has, I'm in a little bit too dense of iron here. So I'm gonna go with odd response of 0. Tone that's another sensitivity setting, and I'm going to go over to my audio setting and go into square tones and audio filter, not 1 but 4. Okay, it'll smooth out all that. See that? That's deep iron, I can tell. Screamer. Screamer. Right on the surface. This is the target that I'm going for. Some foil. Some foil. So I'm tone break to 44 here, but I'm discriminating minus 6.4 here. See, I have to adjust even all my custom programs. I have to adjust it because every day is different here. Every day is different in this spot here, because those gophers are, look at all the piles, hundreds of piles just right in front of me, right here. Every day is different at every different site. So, and you have to accept that. not every day is the same, man. I can come through here with the same program, the same coil, the same frequency, the same detector, and it's a totally different hunt every time I hunt it, every day. And it should not take you years to figure that out. Every day is different, man. That's one of my mottos. Every day is different. With the same detector, at the same site. Especially this site, because the gophers just really the gophers are my friend here, man. Straight up. Just have to say. Some plastic, that's Bakelite, or yeah, that's Bakelite right there. What we got here? Come on, bring it. Piece of lead, right there. See, I flattened out these piles, went over them several times. Just, you got to be at that right angle to get them sometimes, right? Piece of lead, right there. That one's lead, yep. Little glass fragments, see? See this stuff? See this? See this? Tough spot to metal detect, man. Oh, here we go. That's a good one. A low mid conductor here.